This is the second video of saving this big old Craftsman 21-inch big wheel mower. By the way, it is model number 917388-940. I've taken the vanity cover off so I can get to all of that a little easier. I left the eye hook on the cord and just took it off using a 7/16 socket instead of taking the cord out and leaving the eye hook up there. I just took the whole thing off, and I'll reinstall that. It has the little pull cord stop there. That's why it's hanging out. The reason for that is, the reason they put that on there is because these handles move up and down a couple of inches, and each time you move that up and down, this cord is going to be pulling, and you can sort of damage the dogs in there on the rewinder, the plastic dogs, because each time you move that, they can pull out, and so this sort of stabilizes that. All right. So anyway, I got that off with the 7/16 socket, and I wanted to show you this mess. Here's the Ziploc tie that he's tied to the linkage for the automatic governor. So that's a mistake. That has to come off. You can also see how much this governor spring is stretched way too much. And watch this. I'm going to just push this over with my thumb. Okay, you see that moving? That's really more where that should be. This doesn't move. It's supposed to move, but that Ziploc is keeping it from moving. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that, get that off of there. Get this metal cable that he's got attached to the choke plate. That little U-shaped part there, there's a choke plate at the bottom of that in the carburetor. And he's holding that open, trying to. So that has to come off, that has to come off. I readjusted that. This carburetor has to come off because it's wrong. I want to put me a brand new priming type carburetor that matches the primer. Because this is not a self-priming setup here at all, even though that's what he's got on there. So let's begin to do that. Let me find something I can cut some of this stuff with. This will this will reach in and cut that Ziploc. So let's get that off of there to begin with. So I'm going to grab one side of here and clip that. Let's see if I can just sort of slip it out of there now. Okay, so there's my Ziploc. That's gone. So now this should move like it should. See that? I don't know if you can see that or not, but see that? That's supposed to move, and it's moving now. And that's how you control the RPMs of this mower. It has to be able to move back and forth on the right carburetor, which this one is not. So let's also, I'm going to go ahead and take this off and look at the air filter, and so I can get to this weird setup here. So let me do that by getting my electric drill and putting a 5/16 socket on there. I got a 1/2 incher on there right now. So let me snug this thing up and get there we go. Get a 5/16 socket on there. This is a long one. You don't have to have a long one. That's just what I have handy. All right. Let's see how bad this air filter is. I'm kind of expecting it to not be too bad, but we'll see. So that should pop off now. And here is the condition of the air filter. There's some bugs. Believe it or not, I think this air filter is going to be okay, even though you see the spider webs and stuff down there. The reason I'm stating that is it may be a little dingy, but let me get a flashlight. And this is how you can tell if your filter needs to be replaced or not. See that light moving around? That's the little flash that I've got underneath there. So this, you can see it right there. So I'm moving it in little tight circles. See that? Okay. And that's the dirty side. So if I put it around this side, it's probably going to be even better. But it may not show as much because it's so, I'm not going to get, there it is. I'm not going to get the contrast. So I'm just going to hit this a couple of times on a hard surface and knock the dirt off. And get that little spider web off of there, and I'll be putting this back into use because it's fine. Go ahead and take this off. More spider webs. And let's look here. So somebody sort of understood their carburetor and put this cable on there to keep that choke open because it was never going to run without it, with that thing being closed. But let me get that off of there. See, that just popped off now. Okay, so now you can see the way this works, unless it's grunged up or something. But yeah, there we go. See, this little carburetor may be okay on a self-priming setup, but that's not what this mower is. So let's get all this off, and I'm going to get this carburetor off and put the correct one on there. At some point in time, he replaced the standard hose clamp and put that expensive one on there instead of a clip type. Let me knock some of this dirt off. But I can, fortunately for me, use the same 5/16 socket on here and get this air filter base off, because I've got to get that off in order to get the carburetor off. So that screw right there and this screw right here hold the plate to the carburetor. This one just sort of hangs this whole plate to a piece of metal over here. Those are the two that go into the actual carburetor. So I'm going to grab these and set them over here in my magnetic dish. Now let's pull this plate off of here. And there is, yes, there is a gasket on there. You can see the little hole right there where the air is supposed to come out. When I say air, let me show you. I'll use his little cable to point at it. That, now let me get a little closer. That hole right there is where the air is going to come out when you push that primer bulb. But see, this is the wrong carburetor, and that hole is going to line up right there. There should be a hole there if it's the correct carburetor, but it's not. And so this is just pushing up into, you know, a shut off piece of metal. I mean, there's no way to get any air in there to displace the fuel and get it up in the carburetor. So I'm going to save this because I think it's okay. Let me test it while you're watching. I'm going to push this right here, this bulb, and I'm going to put my ear right down by that hole. Yeah, it's kind of hard to do, but and film at the same time, but the other thing you can do is to test whether that bulb is pushing air or not is to just spit on this. Let me do that. Okay, see, I've got a little bit of spit right on top of where that hole comes out, and watch this. Okay, it's not pushing anything. So there should be air coming out of there. I'm a little surprised by that. So what I'm going to do is it may be leaking out around there. Let's see. Yeah, there is a gap there, so that could be the answer. I've got to set my phone down to test this better. When you come back, we're going to continue this.